guys, it's Bobs! If you still remember me, long time no see guys. Some of you were like, where are you? Have you stopped making videos? And I've actually just returned from New York. I was away for Fashion Week and that was a lot of fun, but I'm really happy to be back in my comfy sweater. I'm actually really glad to hear that you guys are liking the Girl Talk series idea. So today we'll be talking about surviving high school. Chubby is joining me. She's pretending to be shy. You know you want it. I know she wants it because she's staring at it. Do you want it? So before I start, I want to thank everybody on Facebook and Twitter who submitted your best advice for surviving high school. I just want to tell you guys that we could be guided step by step on how to act in high school, and we'll still mess up. This is life. Life just never goes according to plan, let's face it. And especially for high school, it's a time where we're always experimenting, trial and error while we try to find ourselves. And the thing about high school is, it always seems so dramatic. Why? Because, come on, back then we're all drama queens as teenagers. And when I think back, I don't know anybody who went smooth sailing through high school, and this is actually what makes it interesting. So for today's Girl Talk episode, I'll not only be talking about how to survive high school, but I'll also show some essential products that I recommend to bring with you for school. Okay, so the very first high school survival tip is to treat others the way you want to be treated. A lot of you guys mentioned this, which is true. You want to be friendly, you want to be helpful, you want to smile. Why should other people treat you nice if you're just being a bitch? Second tip is to just not compare yourself to other people, except that we all come in different shapes, colors, and sizes. And I keep getting messages from girls just complaining about themselves, complaining how they look, wishing they were as beautiful or as smart as these other girls in their class. You just have to accept yourself for who you are. No matter how much you try, you can never be somebody else. So you might as well come to terms with yourself and be your own best friend. Next topic is about fitting in and peer pressure. And this is quite a popular question, and it's about having a boyfriend during high school. And if you don't have a boyfriend during high school, does that make you uncool? Answer is no, absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with not having a boyfriend in high school because you're still young, and it allows you to give yourself more time to know yourself, to find out what you want and what you want in a boyfriend. And hopefully by then you'd be able to stand your ground as well. However, if you are in a relationship during high school, I certainly trust you guys to not let your whole world revolve around it, because I understand it's your first relationship and you probably give it all. But, because it's your first relationship, it can really distract you. Far too many of my friends who use their relationships as an excuse, for their poor grades. At the end of the day, I really think it's down to yourself. If you're really serious about your work and focus, then you wouldn't let your relationship affect you. Next tip is to choose the right friends, which a lot of you guys mentioned, and I absolutely agree. A good friend wouldn't force you to do anything you don't want to do. Choose the right friends. You don't need to have the hottest friends or the smartest friends. You don't need to be friends with the entire school to be happy. In fact, when I think back to my high school again, I distinctively remember the popular girls knowing everybody in school. They always bitched behind each other's back. Honestly, do you want to be in this type of friend circle? No, you don't. You just want to be friends with someone who you can be comfortable with and someone you can trust. Never ever for a second feel that you need to sacrifice anything to fit in. Next step is to set goals for yourself, whether it's something simple like homework. Especially for me, when I was in high school, whenever I was given homework, this one's dorky, but I would go home and just do it right away. I just don't like anything building up. I stress easily, so I love the feeling of just getting overdone with, and the feeling when your homework's done, you're just like, yes! It always helps if you try to enjoy it as well. So what I would do is I would just play my favorite song while I'm doing my homework and chilling, and it makes it a little bit better. You'd always get involved by doing your homeworks together with your friends. If you don't understand something, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask your teacher, because that is what they're there for. Sometimes I think back and I'd be like, why was I so freaking afraid of my teacher? Because at the end of the day, they're just human. They eat, they sleep, sometimes they get diarrhea. I believe that when you feel good mentally, you'll do good physically. So, if it helps your confidence, wear a little bit of concealer, have your hair neatly done, whatever it helps for you you to feel comfortable in yourself. It may sound really stupid, but get enough sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, you'll just be so tired for school. You know, you'll feel drained, and when I don't get enough sleep, I am very cranky. You want to make sure you have loads of energy, so also make sure that you feed yourself. Again, it sounds stupid, but I know so many people in high school back then who just starved themselves. They didn't have breakfast and they'd be starving for the entire day. Do not malnutrition yourself, guys. You know, not only will it make you feeling weak, you will not be able to concentrate in class, and it's not healthy. Sleep early, wake up early, more time for breakfast, more energy, better mood, better you. Hopefully in your high school, there are, you know, a whole range of different clubs you can join. It allows you to meet friends who share the same hobbies as you. It also allows you to get involved as well. Next tip may sound really stupid, but I certainly find it really helpful, and it's to read teen magazines. Teen magazines actually taught me quite a lot because it relates to young girls and it's inspired by young girls. Tons of information you can find in a magazine, and you know, allows you to share your classmates. The next topic is on bullying, and bullying is a very broad topic that I don't think I would ever be able to cover properly, and I think it's something that most of us will have to go through, especially during high school, and it's just part of life, but it really helps you to grow a thicker layer of skin. If you are being bullied, remember it's not your fault, and remember that bullies only bully others to make themselves look bigger. No matter what you're told, speak to someone you trust, guys. I was bullied by these older girls in my school, and every day they would throw things at me, and it was horrible, and I would go home crying, and I even thought about changing school. I was pretty much being bullied for being Chinese. I remember being ashamed of my ethnicity for a while, and I remember I didn't want to be Chinese. I wanted to be like everybody else. I remember standing up for myself one day, and they just continued to laugh and point. And then I realized that, oh my gosh, this is all they can actually do. All they can do is sit and laugh and point in their own little lame little circle. What they didn't realize that this would be their only prime time. It would only go downhill afterwards. One of the girls eventually got kicked out, and a few left shortly. Me, I continued to study for my future. Next topic is rumors. You could be just doing your own thing, you just be cool and dandy, and people would still judge you or find something to say about you. I mean, it's part of life, you can't control other people's mouths. Of course, with me looking back, I would say stand your grounds. It's not worth it, it's not worth your time, it's not worth your effort. But of course, when I was 15, I was a drama queen, so things are a lot more complicated then. I would retaliate. It didn't make me look smarter retaliating. I didn't look any better. I looked, it was as low, if not lower, than the person that started, you know, bickering with me. I would recommend to just try to stay away from rumors, try to stay away from gossip, because you don't want to get involved, and very often people who gossip to you will end up gossiping about you. Like a lot of you guys, during high school I couldn't wait to leave, but just remember you're not alone. Just remind yourself what you're in high school for, set your priorities right. You're not there to be Miss Popular. 90% of people in my high school who messed around came out either bums or with unfortunate jobs. Remember that you'll only be studying for a number of years before you enter the big world of achieving your dreams, so you might as well make the most out of it. So in general, smile, be friendly, be helpful, have a clear focus, remember what you're in high school to do, and you'll be fine. Check out my website bubzbeauty.com because I wrote a surviving high school kit, essentials you should bring in your school bag. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Bye everyone. P.S. High school was actually one of the best times in my life.